2 years ago, I had a master's in industrial chemistry and was being called jobless. But today, I manage social media for international clients and get paid in dollars from my home here in Nigeria. If you want to know how to get clients as a social media manager, even if you're just starting out, then this video is for you. Now, before we dive in, let me tell you, this is not one of those quick motivational talks. This video is a breakdown of how I went from zero to being paid in dollars as a social media manager. If you're serious about building your client base as a social media manager, then stay with me till the end. Every minute in this video is packed with what actually works. Hi, my name is Sharon, the founder and CEO of Azavio, and today I'm going to be showing you the exact strategy I used to go from zero client to a fully booked social media management business. And the best part is that you don't need a marketing degree, thousands of followers, a fancy agency, or even years of experience. You just need the right strategy and the willingness to take action. So by the end of this video, you will know how to position yourself as a social media manager, where to find your ideal client, how to pitch without feeling salesy, how to price your services, and the exact steps to land your first 5 clients. So if you're ready to start your social media marketing journey, let's dive in. Now, I want you to listen closely here, because if you miss this one, every other thing you do as a social media manager will feel like struggle. This is one of those lessons that could save you months of frustration. Here is the biggest mistake most social media managers make. They try to serve everyone. I do Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. I serve coaches, restaurants, fitness brands, and so on. Stop. You are confusing your ideal client. When I first started, I made this exact mistake. I said yes to everything because I was desperate for clients. But you know what happened? I got mediocre results across everything because I was spreading myself too thin. How do you choose your niche? The first step to choosing your niche is to pick one platform to master first. And make sure you choose a platform you usually use or a platform you understand. For me, it was Instagram. As a matter of fact, my first international client came all the way from Instagram to my DM. So Instagram is a platform I already understand even before I joined this journey, right? I understood how it works and the algorithm. Don't try to be an expert on every platform, okay? Master one, get results, and then expand. Step 2 to choosing your niche. Pick an industry you understand or an industry you are interested in. Next is pick an industry that can actually afford your services. Like, for instance, hotel business. Hotel. Please don't go there, because hotel, well, anyway, most hotels do. All right. So, in other words, pick an industry that has businesses that can actually afford you. Here are good beginners niches you can actually choose from. For instance, business coaches, fitness trainers and coaches, local restaurants and cafes, real estate agents, e-commerce stores. I actually started with service-based businesses because they were desperate and needed help, but were too busy to manage their social media accounts. Now let's move to step 3 to choosing your niche. Now step 3 is be specific with your positioning. Okay, like for instance, instead of saying, "Hi, my name is Akpayemi, I am a social media manager," no. Rather say something like, "Hi, my name is Akpayemi, I help business coaches." Now get the point. I help business coaches manage their Instagram following. I turn their followers into clients. Now, did you see the difference? The second one immediately tells people who you help, what platform you specialize in, and what results you deliver. So this is your positioning statement. So go ahead and write it down right now. Section 2, building your foundation. Here's the truth. You don't need an existing client to prove that you can do the work, as long as you have the skills. In fact, what I'm about to show you is what I call the proof without client method. It is actually what helped me start landing real paying clients without any testimonial. So don't miss this part. Now, here is the good news. You don't need a portfolio to start. I know you might be thinking, but Sharon, I don't have a client here. How do I get a portfolio? Here's the truth. You don't need an existing client to prove that you can do the work. Now, here is what you can do instead. The first option is create a sample work. Pick 3 businesses in your niche that has poor social media. Now, here's what you can actually do. I think I did that for some couple of accounts. As a matter of fact, the virtual assistant course I did, the coach, I actually offered to actually work freely for her. So now let's get on. Create a screenshot, right? Create a screenshot of their current account or their current content, all right? Now, the next thing you need to do is to create a sample, like a before and after sample, showing them how you can actually improve what they currently have. Guess what? That becomes your portfolio. And that was how I actually got a few portfolios that I was able to work with. And by the way, the first ever international client I got actually saw my work on Instagram, right? And that was how she got to my DM. And then today we are like, I think we started in February. It was meant to be like a 1-month contract. A 1-month contract has extended to, I think we are in October. So from February till this time. So it's that simple. Here is option 2. Offer free discount trial. Find 1 or 2 businesses and offer to manage their social media account at a heavily discounted rate or even for free. Like I said earlier, the first course I actually took online, I think it was a virtual assistant course, right? I actually offered to work for the coach for free. Okay, so in your case, you can offer to give it for free or at a heavily, like it has to be an offer that they would not want to overlook. Okay, and why are you doing that? You're actually doing that in exchange for a detailed portfolio, a detailed testimonial, and you can take permission to use their content in your portfolio or request for a video review. Now, this becomes your proof of work, okay? After 1 month, you have enough proof to show. Now, let's move to option 3. So option 3 is do a social media audit. Okay, now what you need to do here is to create a free social media audit. I hope we've been gaining value so far because we are not done yet. This is just section 1 of this Power Pack training on becoming a social media manager. In the next part, we are going even deeper, so make sure you don't miss it. If you think this was good, wait until you see what's coming in the next part. This was just section 1. Section 2 will blow your mind. I will show you the strategies professionals use daily as a social media manager. So don't miss it. Part 2 drops in. Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Queen Sharon Matthew. So this is part 2 of our Becoming a Social Media Manager series, and I'm super excited you made it here. Now listen, if you've been watching this, that means you're serious about this thing, and I love that energy. So, but before we get all fired up, let's do a quick recap of all we covered in section 1. Building your foundation, knowing your why, choosing a niche, and a part of doing a social media audit the right way. That's where we stop. If you've not watched section 1 yet, pause this video right now. Don't even move forward. Because honestly, there is no way you will fully enjoy this part without watching the first part. You're going to be missing key points, and I don't want that for you. So check the description box or the comment section for the link to part 1. Now go watch it first, then come back here. Okay, all right, now that we are on the same page, let's get right into part 2. So in the second part, we'll be talking about how to find your ideal client, how to pitch yourself confidently, and yes, how to price your services like a pro. So grab your notebook because at the end of this section, you'll be ready to start landing those clients. So let's go. So option 3 is do a social media audit. Okay, now what you need to do here is to create a free social media audit for businesses. So what you're going to be analyzing for is their profile optimization, their posting consistency, their hashtag strategy, their content strategy, their engagement rates. Now send them a detailed report. This is you showing your expertise without them paying you. And trust me, some will definitely convert. So now let's dive into setting up your professional presence. Now, before you reach out to any client, make sure you have your LinkedIn profile, professional photo, and make sure you have a clear headline. Like, for instance, social media manager for real estate, social media manager for nurses, social media managers for business coaches, social media managers for social media manager for fitness coach, and so on. And the next one is make sure you have an about section that tells people who you are and who you actually help. And finally is your sample work, or rather case studies. Okay. Also, make sure you have an Instagram or a portfolio page, like a business account. Your bio should clearly state your services. Your highlight on Instagram should be showing your work, the process, and testimonials. And then you should have regular content demonstrating your expertise, what you can do. For instance, you could at least maybe post every day to Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or even 2 times in a week at least. Make sure you are consistent with whatever pattern you choose. You can choose to even give every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh my God, that's like too much. But whatever you choose, just make sure you are actually consistent. Okay. Now, having a website or a landing page is totally good, but it's optional. Actually, you don't have to, right? But it will help. It will definitely help. And you can always use something like Linktree. I started with having Linktree. Yeah. I started with having Linktree. You can even use a simple one-page site with your contact information, and that helps too. That simply helps. Now let's dive into section 3. Okay. Section 3 is actually where you'll be finding your ideal client. And I'm going to be sharing with you the exact strategy I actually used to land my first international client ever. Now, this next step, I'll be honest with you, completely changed my business. This is exactly how I went from hoping clients find me, to them actually reaching out to me on their own. So if you miss this step, you will be missing your first client. You might just be missing your first client too. Now, the first step under strategy 1, make a list of 20 dream clients. Go on LinkedIn or Instagram to find 20 different businesses in your niche. Right? So I actually did that. So I made a list of about 20 businesses in my niche that actually have a social media presence but are not consistent. I also reached out to those who post irregularly, or those with poor engagement rates, and those that clearly have money but have poor social media presence. So now we're going to be diving into step 2 under strategy 1. All right. Now, step 2 is for you to research for these businesses. Maybe you can actually search for 3 businesses per day. Now, what are you going to be doing? What you'll be doing is for you to analyze their profiles, right? So try to analyze their profile and check when they posted last, what their engagement rate is. Check if they are using hashtags properly. You can also check if their bio is optimized or not, and then find out if they have a clear content strategy or not. And that is very, very important. It can never be overemphasized. Yeah. Try to write down 3 challenges or 3 problems you actually find out in their accounts. Then now let's move to step 3. Right. So step 3 is what we call the outreach email. Make sure you don't send a generic pitch. Personalized opening. And this shows that you actually looked into their businesses. Secondly, state a specific observation. What you notice, a specific thing you actually noticed on their social media. Now, this part, make sure you explain the cost of not fixing it. to them. So explain the cost of not fixing it to them and make sure you provide value upfront, maybe like a before or after sample of what you actually did. Like for instance, before you met their account, and then after you met the account, and after you must have worked on that account, and give them an easy next step. What do we mean by that? So your easy next step is your calendar link for them to book a call with you. So the next thing we're going to be looking at here is strategy 2. Okay, so and strategy 2 is engage and then pitch. And this is the warmest outreach method you can actually use. So we'll be looking at step 1 under strategy 2. And step 1 is engage genuinely for 1 week. Find businesses in your niche and comment thoughtfully on their posts, not just emojis. Share their content. Send valuable DMs, not pitches yet. So what do you do next? You build familiarity first. I do that a lot on my LinkedIn account. So I am very, very much passionate about my LinkedIn because on LinkedIn, I have hired people. I've hired people and paid them on LinkedIn. And that's why I know that LinkedIn is a gold mine. Yeah, LinkedIn is a gold mine. So the next step under strategy 2 is send a valued pack DM. Yeah, after a week of engagement. Hi, Mabel. My name is Okpayemi. I've been following your account and I'm so impressed about some specific things. And these specific things you have to mention. What are the specific things you love about their post? What do you love about their content? So you share. You mention these things, and then you could go ahead and say, I noticed some specific challenges, some specific observations about your social media handle. Now this time around, you're trying to actually show them the problem they don't even know they had, or what the challenge they were not looking at. So you're pointing it out to them. And then you can move on to say, actually put together a quick audit for your Instagram account. Yeah. Would you be interested in seeing it? Then you can add something like no strings attached. I'm not asking you to pay me for anything. Thought it might be helpful, and that's it. Then you have to follow up. And then you could say, if you would like help implementing these changes, I would love to chat how I can take this off your page. So it's that simple. So now we'll be diving into strategy 3. So strategy 3 is for you to leverage your network. So tell everyone you know what you do, like family, your friends, former colleagues, and any online community you're part of. And you'll be surprised how many people know someone who actually need social media help. So my second client actually came from my family friend, and that's what we call referral. And that is so important. So next, we're going to be diving into strategy 4. We're going to be diving into section 4 right now. And section 4, we're going to be looking at pitch and pricing. Okay. Now, the key here is to lead with value. And I must tell you that this section is actually the make or break point for most beginners, because you can actually find clients. But if you don't know how to pitch with confidence, you will lose them even before they say yes. So stay with me. Now let's talk about the consultation call framework. Number 1, ask question first. Question like, what are your social media goals? What have you tried so far? What's your biggest frustration with social media? And question like, what does success looks like for you? Now listen more than you talk. Their answers will tell you exactly how to position yourself. Secondly, show understanding. Say something like, I totally understand. Let's assume it's a social media, it's a real estate. Okay, let's assume it's a real estate company. Wow, that was a lot of value, right? Now you've made it this far. I need to say this. You are the real one. You've gone through part 1 and part 2. Trust me, the best is yet to come. Because in the next and final part of this series, we are wrapping everything up with the ultimate secret, how to actually close clients confidently and keep coming months after months. If you've been watching from beginning, don't stop here. You've already started this journey and you got to finish strong. Part 3 is dropping very soon, and it's the part that ties everything together. So like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on your notification bell. Don't miss it for anything, because you can't learn part 1 and part 2 and go halfway. The final part is where everything clicks. I'll see you in part 3, and I can't wait for what's coming next. Wow, you've made it to this part. I just want to say congratulations to you. You've watched part 1, part 2, and now you're here for part 3, the grand finale of how to become a social media manager. But hey, if you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, please pause this video a moment, check the description box or the comment section. You will find the links right there. Please watch them first so everything we'll cover here makes sense. And don't forget to hit the subscription button and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss future lessons like this. So in this final part, we are diving into the part that separates people who know what to do from people who started getting results. So we'll be talking about how to pitch with confidence, how to set your pricing like a pro, how to land your first paying client, and most importantly, how to build a long-time success as a social media marketer. Trust me, this section is not just another lesson. It's the blueprint that will help you turn everything you've learned from Chapter 1, 2, and 3 into income and impact. If you're ready, grab your notepad, because after this final section, your approach to social media management will never remain the same again. So guys, let's dive in and get started. Okay, let's assume it's a real estate company. Now you could say most real estate business owners tell me the same thing. They know social media is important, but they are too busy running their business posts consistently. And you could say something like, and even when they post, they're not even sure if it's working. So these are the things you can actually say. Yeah. So this is actually an example of how to show understanding. Okay. So now let's move to number 3. Number 3 here is for you to present your solution. What have you got? What are those solutions you actually have? Show solution. For instance, this is exactly what I help with. I take social media completely off your plate and turn it into a system that actually brings customers. Now, here's exactly what that looks like. For instance, I create a content specifically for their business. I handle all content creation and postings. I manage your community and respond to messages. I track what's working and adjust the strategy. And you get monthly reports. And you get monthly reports showing your results. You can say something like, essentially, you get 10 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours per week while your social media actually start working for your business. So it's that simple. So we'll move to number 4. And number 4 is pricing discussion. I love this one. I love this one. I love money. Now, this is how to go about it. You state something like, based on what you told me, I think package A or package B, you can even go ahead to suggest packages for them. And in that package, you can have maybe like 10 posts per month or 15 posts per month or 8 posts per month. The next thing is mention the platform, maybe Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn or Facebook, and other deliverables for price per month. And then you go ahead to ask if that aligns with what they were thinking. Yeah, you can ask them after your presentation or after showing them everything. You can go ahead and ask them if what you suggested or what you're suggesting actually aligns with them. Now let's look at how to price your services. Now this is where most beginners struggle. I can tell you, I was like that. Like when it comes to pricing, setting of pricing, oh my goodness. I don't want to lose clients, and I also don't want to look cheap before them. I'm like in between. So I'm going to be showing you what you can do, exactly what you can actually do, how to actually do this. Now, you could say your starter pricing maybe say month 1 to month 3 when you are just starting. You could say something like starter. You can set something like starter package, maybe say from month 1 to month 3 when you are just starting out. Say you could start with $100 to $300 per month for basic management, 2 platforms and 8 posts per month. Now you might ask, why do I have to start here? Build confidence, get testimonials quickly, and this allows you to prove your process works. So don't go too low because clients will devalue you. They won't value you. That's just the truth. So now we'll be talking about growing pricing. Now the next package could be growing pricing. Let's say for 4 months to 12 months. Yeah. Now, once you already have 3 to 5 clients and proven results, you can charge say $500 or let's say $400 to say $700. And this will be for like a comprehensive management. Social media is actually a lot of work. Honestly, it's a lot of work a lot of people underestimate. Since you've proven you can deliver results, charge accordingly. Next is established pricing. Now, this has to do with like 2 years plus experience. So I actually started with $100 per month for my first 2 clients. And trust me, like, there is no way I can collect $100 again. I have proven results already. There is no way I can go down to that level again, collecting $100 per month from any client. That's just the truth. My new rate now is from $300 to $500 a month. So I have raised my rate to $300 to $500 per month. So depending on the scope. So next, we're going to be looking at handling price objections. What do you do if a client says it's too expensive? Now, here is how you can actually approach this client. But can I ask, what were you expecting to actually invest in social media management? So that's a good question to ask, to consider your client. Yeah. Now, make sure you listen to their answer. This is very vital and this is very important. Now, this is how you can actually market yourself to this client. Now, this is what to say. Hiring me at $100 to $300 per month will actually help you get back more than 10 hours of your time that you can spend on revenue generating activities. So if managing social media yourself can take 10 hours a week, that's 40 hours per month. Now you can respectfully ask this question. What's your time worth per hour? I want you to think about it. And absolutely, I want you to feel confident about this decision. So you can go ahead and ask what specific concern they actually have, and then show them you can actually address them. So we'll be diving into section 5, and section 5 is delivering results. Now, before you price any client, here is your proven result. Now, imagine this. Your first client just said yes. You were excited, but also nervous. Then what happened next? This is where many new social media managers mess up, but not you, because I'm about to walk you through the exact first 30 days that keep clients coming back month after month. Now, let's talk about your first 30 days with a new client. Once you sign a client, here is your proven result. For week 1, what you need to do is strategy setup. Now, this covers a comprehensive social media audit, competitor analysis, content strategy, brand guidelines review, content calendar creation. Go ahead and get all necessary access, passwords, and assets. So for week 2 and 4, you start your content creation and publishing. So create content based on approved strategy. So your client needs to approve that particular strategy. Of course, you have to show the strategy, the everything with them. So whatever they approved, then you create a content based on that. And you can actually schedule posts using Buffer, Meta Business, or Later. So begin community management immediately. Track initial metric, and this is very important. You go ahead and audit strategies based on earlier performance. So this will serve as your before and after at the end of the day. Now let's talk about end of month 1. Now, month 1, the end of month 1, you should be presenting a detailed report showing metrics. So what worked and what did not? Your new recommendation for the next month. So a strategy call with your client to review everything together. What are the tools you need? First thing you need to understand is that you don't need an expensive tools to start out, like Canva, Buffer or Letter, Grammarly, or even Google Sheets. So next we'll be looking at setting boundaries. If you've been following some of my short videos, I said something about you are a social media manager and not a graphic designer, a video editor, or even a web designer. No, that is not your job. You have to be clear about the scope. Like for instance, what is included in the package, what requires additional fees, your response time expectations, and even revision limits. So you have to protect your time and energy by all means. So saying no to scope creep keeps you from burning out. It is very important. So I could remember working for a client, working out of my group and all that. I ended up with a migraine. Like I did not sleep. I was busy editing videos, creating graphics. The next day, I started feeling headache. And that was what led me into setting everything clear from the beginning of my contract with that client. I show you the client. So I can decide to assist the client. I can decide to, out of goodwill, relationship and all that, I could actually decide to go the extra mile. But don't ever forget to set the standard from day one. Set the standard. So if you're not doing it, you're not being blamed for not doing it. It is not your job. You're just helping out. So next we're going to be looking at section 6. And section 6 is about scale and grow. So I'm going to be honest with you. If you've been watching from start, this is where everything ties together. You've learned how to start, pitch, find clients and deliver results. This final section is what will help you stay booked. Now, if you want to have your first client and be fully booked, number 1, from your month 1 to 3, after getting your first 3 clients, the next thing you need to do, make sure you focus on delivery and testimonials. It is very, very important because these are your foundations. Now, number 2, from your 4th month to 6th month, raise your rates. Once you have proven results, increase price for new client from, let's say, between 30% to 20%. Increase price with about 20 to 30%. Then number 3, from your 7th month to 9th month, the next thing you need to do is to systemize. A system that make delivery easier and faster. Number 4, from your 10th month to your 12th month, decide your path. Option 1 is for you to stay solo and charge premium. With 4 to 5 clients, you should know what you're amounting to at the end of the month. Option 2 is for you to build an agency. Now, how can you do that? Hire team members, right? Like, for instance, what we do at Azavio, we have a lot of things. If you check our website, you will see other team members. We have a social media manager in our midst. We have a branding designer in our midst. We have a ghostwriter. We have a content writer in our midst. Some of their pictures are not even in the website yet. So that's what we do in our Zavio agency, right? So when you hire these people, you work together to give a one-time solution to any brand. So the next option, which is option 3, is for you to create courses and teach people what you've already learned. And guess what? This is what I do at Azavio Academy. So we have at Azavio we have an agency and then we have an academy. We have other skills: social media, full digital marketing, content writing, copywriting, data entry, and so on. Next, we're going to be looking at reality check. So we're going to be looking at reality check. I'm going to be honest with you here. Not every month is going to be perfect. Not every month is going to be perfect. Honestly, sometimes you will lose clients. You will make mistakes. Sometimes some strategies won't even work. Guess what? You will deal with difficult clients. But if you stay consistent, keep learning, you will build a sustainable business, which I have done for myself. Everything is all about patience, 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 and patience. My journey from jobless to running a Zavio took time, it took time, but then here we are today. So I made a lot of mistakes and a lot of learnings. Once you're confident and have a portfolio of success, you can charge about, let's say, $700 to over $1,000 per month for premium service. You can charge about $700 to $1,500 per month for premium service. Okay, finally on this training, let's recap. If you made it this far, that already tells me something. You are serious and about turning your skills into income. And honestly, most people drop off before they even finish watching, but you stayed. So here is your advantage. You know what most beginners don't. So let's recap how to get clients as a social media manager. So number one, like I said, choose your niche and platform. Build your foundation, which is your portfolio positioning. Number three is find clients through cold outreach, warm engagement, network, and content. Four is pitch with confidence and price appropriately. Five is for you to deliver amazing results. Number six, the last but not the least, is scale and grow. So you have everything you need to start today. Not next week, not next month. Today. If you found this video valuable, please subscribe, like this video, and share to friends and family for more social media management tips. And if you're serious about becoming a social media manager, I have two ways to help you. Number one is Azavio Academy, where I teach comprehensive digital marketing skills, including social media management. You can find the link in the description box. Number two is if you're a business owner looking for social media management services, my agency at Azavio helps a lot of businesses grow. You can click the link to book a strategic call with us. So I'll see you in my next video. Now go get those clients.